Whether you're a guy in a cape.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, Rogue Who's Sneaky.
Join Chris.
Me.
You're Roger.
I am.
Not Chris.
No.
As we entertain the geeky.
What up, Chris?
Roger, how are you?
I'm tired. How are you?
Exhausted. Guys, what's going on? We've got Sean Wright. Wright, I can't even fucking talk right now. And Ashley Nerum.
You weren't supposed to say the last name.
No,
Chris.
fuck her. So you guys can say hi if you want.
Hello, fellow living organisms.
Greetings.
All right, they're done talking now. So let's talk about important things. So yesterday, Dungeon Crawl for the Cure went down.
Yeah, it did.
First and foremost, how much money did you actually end up raising?
All right, so we're still technically from counting it up from the event, but I'm sure that we're in total of the event probably in that I think 6,500 range is what we'd say.
That's
a pretty rough estimate.
fucking awesome,
It's good,
though.
Like 6,500 American dollars, not pesos?
American dollars. Yeah.
American
dollars.
I think that's beautiful.
Congratulations. We're going to give you a geeky applause. That's Chris. I don't
Golf clap.
I don't clap. I don't clap.
Clap is quieter than that.
He doesn't watch golf.
I don't watch golf. No, it's going on here right now, and I'm like, hey, there's the Goodyear blimp. Why the fuck is that over St. Louis? Oh, golf.
They want to hit it with small white balls here.
That's what they're going for. Yeah.
Yesterday was exhausting and fun.
Fucking long, man. The event was long.
It was long.
And nobody planned on that. That's just kind of how things shaked out.
It was the first time. It was our first time going through. We wanted it to be shorter.
And your first time is always a little longer than the second
Or
time.
a little awkward. You know what I mean? You go in there, you might not shoot your load at all. So
You don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to figure it all out. It's
at least
clumsy.
it came to a nice end. So what time did it end up ending? Because for me, it was about 11 o'clock, and I was like, shit, I've got my kids here. I've got to take these dudes home.
Your kids were awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were delightful.
They were
fun.
fantastic.
They were
Well
okay.
behaved for such an event.
Oh, and so basically, by the end of it, they were just like, fuck, Dad, let's go home. And I was like, all right.
I never want to play D&D again,
No,
Dad.
Christopher's begging for a session now.
Because he played Faru.
Yeah, well, so I'm like, all right, well, Roger hosts it on Thursdays.
Yeah, $5, Christopher. That's what
$5
it will cost you to come play D&D.
So, yeah.
So what time do you think it was, Ashley?
I think that the total event, ended around 12:30.
Okay.
But I think that we ended up leaving the miniature market after cleanup probably between 1 o'clock, 1:30.
And
That's
Mike
not bad.
Bedore was such a champ about it.
Mike's a beast.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I could not... we could not thank him enough. Give him enough thanks.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, it's impossible to give him as much thanks as we we can't even. He was just fantastic.
She's literally crying over here right now.
I'm sobbing.
She's tearing up and shit.
You can't. That's why her voice is all
It's because
shaky.
I'm pregnant. I'm super emotional.
She's all like, I love you, Mike.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. I just thought you had a tumor.
Baby tumor. It might as well be.
So, okay, what are some highlights for you guys? What was it that really... Well, okay,
I know
start.
what the highlight was.
Shoot.
Dropping 40 skeletons on the fantasy
That
shop.
was amazing.
That was my table.
That was a highlight. Good. Yeah,
Super
we're
good,
glad.
guys.
No, that was awesome.
Hey, you know what? We sent somebody to run it.
Yeah.
It's not like you had to do it.
Right.
Yeah, the best person to run it. Fucking Mike Brodeur.
Oh, real quickly, hold on. Peter Chu, fuck you again, by the way.
Was that him?
Was that Peter Chu? Do you know?
Well,
Who dropped the rust monsters on us?
It was another person other than that.
I think one of my favorite parts, that we're talking about favorite parts, was the monster drops. Obviously not the skeletons, because that was super shitty, but
No, that was awesome.
it was so much fun, because people were getting so excited. Like, I'm going to drop monsters, blah, blah, blah.
No one fucked with us.
Oh, they did. So, you didn't hear about this yet. We were fucked with. We 3-shot the invisible monster that
was
somebody
me.
dropped on us.
That was me.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that was the fantasy shop.
Oh,
and they were feeling
assholes.
good about it. They were like, "Oh yeah, how'd you fare against that?" And I was like, "3-shot it, bruh."
Like one combat, not 3-shot it. One combat round dropped it.
That's what I'm saying. 3-shot because you
Yeah.
got to swing 3 times in that one.
4.
You only hit it 3 times.
Yeah, I only hit it 3 times,
because it only
but-
had 60 HP.
Yeah, I dropped it like
which I found out later. But
I dropped
Roger
it like a bad
shit
habit.
all
I
over
heard
that
that there were
thing.
Tyrannosaurus Rexes that were dropped.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
awesome. When I heard about that today. When I heard about that,
2 T-Rexes, 2 air elementals.
We almost had a party wipe.
T-Rexes.
Yeah.
Like it literally almost wiped the party.
Is that how close was it? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm not holding.
I know one person.
There was a lot of stuff that was going on.
One person in the group had 4 hit points. I know that.
And then they decided to run away like little
Yeah.
bitches.
Good that
Right.
they have healing potions. That's what you're supposed to
Right.
do.
Oh, fucking healing potions didn't mean dick. So let's talk about this because these fucking douchebags with their you can't heal after the spell. I'm like, what the fuck did we bring a
Oh,
cleric
that
for? Yeah, it was all of them, by the way.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you can't
But it
heal
was on
it.
the site. It was
can't
on the
heal
site
it.
for you to grab.
It's unhealable.
It was expensive.
This damn motherfucker, we would have bought it.
It was on the
it
site.
was on
You
the
could have
site.
bought it.
I don't do necrotic damage, and I can't.
But it wasn't
Thank
necrotic.
you.
It was a specific ability that said you cannot recover from this.
Oh man, we
It was
should.
necrotic damage, but you could not. The
necrotic
recover.
damage wasn't causing.
I had
ability.
99 necrotic damage done to me in one fucking turn, and then I go to punch this dragon douchebag with 31 AC, and I'm like, man, fuck you, fuck you, and
great.
fuck whoever gave him 31 AC, Sean.
So great.
I missed that part. I'd leave.
Yeah, you were gone.
I left before the battle royale.
So basically, we got hated out of there real quick. People were like, man,
fuck it, was
guys.
Geeky.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get hit out of it real quick because Rev and Lemur stuck around.
Yeah, they were there. You guys were there, basically not able to act for a long time. From what I could
Correct.
tell, you were just getting pushed back into the corner. But
So basically, we had a rogue and a cleric that both were useless. Neither one of them could hit something with 31 AC. Half the shit out there had 30 plus AC. It was obscene. And Lemur was pissed. He's like, the fuck is the point of having a cleric? The fuck do I have a cleric for?
To protect Faru. His job was to keep me alive.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't. It couldn't happen.
One of them
Necrotic
should've
damage.
gone on all fours, the other one pushes somebody over the other person's back.
Yeah, there were.
That's
with,
what they should have done.
with how combat worked out there, being creative wasn't really
No,
much
hold on.
of an option.
Bullshit, because the picture you sent me, like, you're all bunched up. Like, the picture you sent me, the entire group's bunched the fuck up. And what was my response in my drunken stupor? Spread the fuck out.
Yeah, okay, so...
And then your dumbass, hold on.
Go on.
Your dumbass decides to run into a fucking group of people, like,
right.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Do you know what
You
happened?
don't run into a, you got
Yes, you do.
fucked.
Yes, you do.
You got fucked.
The whole thing was, it's almost 11 o'clock at this point, and we're like, oh, we need to wrap this up, so let's go out in a blaze of glory.
No, you got fucked.
I mean, imagining the fight was incredible.
It was a blaze of glory.
I wish we were able to describe it, but one of you guys ran and I thought it was awesome. Even though you guys got wasted, I still think it was incredible. And my favorite area was the people who were actually fighting and clearly being less tactical, but I thought it was a lot more exciting.
It was a lot more exciting.
Yeah,
It
your
was a lot more
stuff,
exciting.
super memorable.
Yeah, running in and dying in one shot.
I didn't get one shot. I did not get one shot.
shots?
No, I survived multiple rounds trying to punch people in the
2.5
dick.
shots.
No, I got hit fucking 4 times in one round for 99 points of unhealable damage. And I'm like, what the fuck do we have potions for? What the fuck do we have a cleric for? And Lemur's like, what the fuck am I a cleric for? But he did go in, so Lemur goes in, there's a group of skeletons at the table, and it's this large group in front of us.
Was it 40? Was it the remainder of the 40 that we dropped at the fantasy shop?
That was really creative what he did. I mean,
So he
did
goes
a good
in.
job.
Drops all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just undead are gone. Welcome.
which was brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was good. And then we got fireballs on them. Like, we started doing damage to that team. If we weren't, because we were the focus target of a lot of hate there from a couple of different
Yeah,
groups, right at
because
the
we
beginning.
were...
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay, this is what this is, and this was set up on purpose. Okay, there was no resistances against charm spells. You needed a guy to go in and just charm the fuck out of that team.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
Okay, like there were scrolls made available to everyone before the event.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I was hoping for was a bunch of motherfuckers that go in there with a bunch of scrolls and charm everyone and be like, all right, you think you have the best characters? Well, you didn't think about this hole. You didn't see this hole. I was trying to design it so that there was not going to be the possible one team that could just trump everyone. There was always going to be a way for someone to kind of sneak around the back and think their way through.
Well, and that's something that, like, the next event, I mean,
Right.
when people come back, they'll know that there's multiple ways to look at a problem. It's not just punching people and
Right.
hitting people.
Absolutely.
this is not how Faru works.
Yeah, we were about punching and kicking.
Now, in terms of that weapon effect, where you can't regenerate lost damage, all those effects, or a lot of them, were pulled directly from magical items that already existed in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
But
And so I priced it accordingly.
but those magic items are stupid.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
how I feel.
event was supposed to be like everything your DM would never let you have.
So what was crazy about
31 AC.
what was crazy about the event is you could have won it before the battle royale
You could.
if
Yes.
you got crazy enough with what you were dropping on other
Which we
teams.
almost
Yes.
did.
But there's also one of the teams that was going to do something obscene. It would have cost them like $2,000.
Worth it.
They were, yeah.
It would have been worth it.
They were going to drop dragons on everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were. That's what they were talking.
We were going to get
But-
3 dragons.
Yes.
But I think
5.
that
5? We were getting
well,
5?
they were concerned they didn't want to ruin the fun for everyone.
No, and
In one fell swoop.
that was very admirable.
Hold on.
Right, and I don't mind. That's okay. You know,
No, I have an issue with that ruining the fun for everyone type mentality here. We are going into a dungeon where you pay to drop monsters on other tables. And if you're worried about ruining the fun, fuck those people. Drop the dragons and let them fight. How awesome would it have been for Farouk to go out fighting 5 dragons?
It would have been cool, except as the administrators and the DMs and stuff, it probably wouldn't have been.
Then you wouldn't have had a battle royale at the end.
But here's the thing. This is something we want to do for a long time.
We didn't know we were gonna have that
Right?
pity.
That battle royale, even though it dragged out forever, the amount of information we've collected from that
Oh, absolutely.
will make the next event the most incredible role-playing experience
Sean,
ever.
I have never fought
was
a dragon
interesting.
in my D&D career.
Well,
You
who
could
says
have.
that?
You
And-
opted out
You
of
could have
it.
dropped on
There were
your
so
own.
many dragons inside of that dungeon. You chose
And-
not to.
So we sprinted through the dungeon.
And
I
to
don't
be
know
fair,
if
the
you know
one
this.
dragon we
Yeah.
found was our friend, though I still think we should have killed him.
It was Wallace.
Yeah, we should have killed
Definitely
him.
not Vince Moonfrack. That is for damn
No,
sure.
no, we met him too.
Yeah, we met
he
him.
liked me because I told him his armor looked cheap.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I rolled a horrible, I rolled this awful perception check or something.
You botched it.
I rolled with Nat 1, and I'm like, look at how cheap this guy's armor is. And everybody else is like, this is legit dragon scale. This guy's
like,
legit.
"Nah, bro."
And I'm like, no, man, this guy's fucking weak.
This is really good China shit.
He's a fakey fake. So I call him out on it, and he's like, I like you.
Yep.
And I was like, what
So
the
is Vince
fuck?
Moonfrack.
Go kill Wallace, and we were like, "What are you going to give us?" Oh, 100 hit points.
Yeah.
And like 1,000 other things.
Yeah, so it was going to be like 100. If you would have killed,
We
that
should have
other
killed
dragon,
Wallace.
Yeah.
he would have given you 100 hit points. He would have
Was it
given you
Wallace or somebody else?
Wallace.
Yeah, so something of that nature. There's another dragon, right? So it's like
We assumed it was Wallace.
So you
well,
assumed
So
it's-
did we.
Okay, so
Our table.
does it matter? Well, it doesn't matter. So there were technically 3 dragons in the dungeon.
Okay.
Okay, but all of them crazy power level. But the characters in the game could have defeated them.
Well, especially with the pay-to-play thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
they could have been defeated.
How did your DM? It's Tony, right? Tony
Yeah.
as a DM. How did Tony play Wallace?
So Wallace was basically the old man dragon, very laid back.
Very stoner. Wallace was very fucking stoner.
He was pretty stoner.
He was like, "Hey guys, look, don't kill me. I'm your buddy."
he's like, I'll just give you shit if you let me be
You let
alive.
me live. I'm gonna give you 50 hit points, and here's some armor. And I was like, all right, we can't kill him. Like, I personally wanted to kill him. Farouk was all like, he's a cool dragon, we can't kill him, and
Yeah.
they talked me out of stabbing him.
The guy with the nice armor said to kill it.
But the metagame in it was like, kill the dragon, take the 100 points, and steal his armor he was offering. I don't see where the issue is here.
No, we should have been a little more hateful in the dungeon, but because of that, we were the first through it.
Yeah, oh, we ran through that dungeon.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't know how big it was. The time limit was over. Like, just go,
There's
just
a
go,
lot
just
of.
go,
Did
just
you
go.
guys say? I don't know if you saw it, but there was one of the characters you saw. It's like a giant token on there. That dude was turned into a golem through the adventure.
Interesting, okay.
That was something that could have happened to you.
We
Could have been turned into a
we
golem.
basically just
Yeah.
left. So we walked into a room. We were like, "Where's the exit sign?" That's where we're
Oh,
going.
we kicked some dirt.
Yeah, kicked a little bit.
Did
of
you,
dirt.
so, did you interact with the tree at all?
Yeah.
So what happened with the tree?
Oh man, fuck your tree.
Why? Nothing happened with the tree. Nothing
Yes.
bad. What happened?
So I pick up the lantern. You know, we all have lanterns from the tree, and I'm like, I'm gonna use this lantern to smash it on this rust monster.
Oh, the druid oil canister.
Yeah.
The ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lift it up and I go to smash him with it. Fucking this acid stuff dumps all over me. Whatever. I take a point of corruption. I'm like, fuck you, Sean White. That's the moral of the story there. It's all fuck you, Sean
What about
White.
the one warnings? And Chris is like, I'm gonna do it.
Warning.
I'm gonna do it. And I rolled a 1.
I was rolling 1s or 20s. That was it.
That's awesome.
I couldn't.
There
Roll,
was a reason you died, and
I
maybe
couldn't roll a 12 to save
No,
my
here's
life.
the thing too: is those badass characters. All you had to do is get that arcane pollution on them. equal to their con.
Yeah,
They would have
yeah.
died.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe that's what you should have done in the Battle Royale, was throw the fucking...
And there was all sorts of those canisters all throughout that random deck. And you could have burned through
Yeah,
the deck,
that's something
collected
that-
every single one of them.
We had a bunch of those with us.
Yeah, because
going into that.
we were picking them off the trees.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
that's something that I was bummed about too. Is that players did not use.
Their environment. It was designed...
Well, they didn't use the item cards they garnered from the environment.
Because that's another thing I built. I wanted you guys to use, if you just thought a little creatively, the stuff that you had inside of the dungeon would allow you to be the king in the arena.
I
You
don't
got
know.
to think it through.
So then-
or if someone dropped monsters on you, if you spent a little bit of time interacting with your environment, you could defeat any monster dropped on you inside of these different rooms.
With just what was in the room.
What was in the room?
Well,
Oh,
so what?
yeah.
What would have been? I think what would have kind of lent to your idea there is to have lower power level items going into it. And it's not.
or just hinting at you guys, hey, interact with your environment. Know that there are certain
Right,
things that
right.
you're gonna
Oh
be
come
able
on!
to
Players go in there and they get such a hard on. It doesn't matter anymore. They're like, "Oh, I got a bonus. Let's
But
fuck
you know what?
something."
From feedback,
Yeah.
most of the tables were interacting with the environment.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Like-
weren't.
Oh, we
You
did
guys
for a
were
little bit.
anomalous then. Because almost every single table were interacting with their environment.
Oh, no.
They were just happy meddling with stuff. Because there was enough stuff to interact with that kept them busy and entertained and just...
Our plan was get through the dungeon very fast so no one could drop monsters on us.
Monsters got dropped on us.
Monsters got dropped on
We
us.
just fucked
But
them
we
up.
just kept going.
Yeah.
Who put the snake swarm on us? Because those guys are
Venomous
assholes.
snakes.
Yeah.
Those guys are
I don't know.
assholes.
I was not in the...
Was that Fantasy Shop too?
No, I'm not that I'm aware.
I don't know. I mean, there were people walking in dropping monsters.
No, it was
Yes,
fun.
like
It
random
was
people.
fun.
It was great. People like passerbys were going like, "What are you guys doing?" And they find out what we were doing, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'll spend like blah amount of money to drop a monster on this."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was rad. Did you guys get a pony?
No, because
No,
Tony's the one that dropped
was
the ponies.
dropping
You,
them.
you realize
Awesome.
how much... That one pony... Tony, that was a brilliant idea because that one pony scared so many people
was fantastic.
in all of the dungeons.
Yep.
They just didn't know what to do.
Really?
They were terrified by the pony.
Oh, one of the things
a
that
quarter pony.
one of
was
the
great.
things that you did brilliantly, by the way, was when we sent the 40 skeletons. You made the announcement that you hear the chattering of bones and all, and oh my god, that was so much fun. So everybody in the room heard it.
Right, and then there's Mike Verdora running 40 skeletons.
Yeah, beautiful.
At my table.
At your table, Ashley. I was okay. And then after Mike walked back, and he's like, that was a waste of time, guys.
No, it wasn't.
I said, yo, it was not. It was a waste of time, but that's what we wanted.
Slowed you guys down. Did you guys make it to the end? I thought you got
There
killed.
was so my table was misinformed about a time limit. I was told to wait as a DM. I was told to wait
Yeah.
at a certain point, and that wasted a bunch of time.
Yeah, so we had to add time on theirs because it wouldn't have been fair.
It was very frustrating.
There was a miscommunication. We had to make it fair. It's all about being fair.
No,
We
absolutely.
had to add it to the clock.
And that's something that
I think
that's something that's going to be remedied in the next.
Yes.
I think next time we just bar up the doors of the other dungeon entrances.
How much is it going to cost us?
I mean, we have stuff like what's so cool is we're getting such great feedback from everyone, and it's not this like whiny, bitchy kind of feedback. They're like, man, we love the event. We want to make it better. Here's some ideas. I
Really?
see this problem. This is what I would do to solve it. And there's a good portion where like, and I'll help you do it.
Well, everybody was stoked to be there. Everybody had fun being there.
I didn't want to leave.
Camaraderie was through the roof. Like, you would go and
So nice.
bullshit.
It's
I don't know.
Teams.
I don't know. There was a certain table that kept looking at us, pointing angrily.
Well, because I think they knew that we put the T-Rexes there.
I mean, they were very upset at us.
But it was cool, and I ended up bullshitting with those guys at the end of the night. And, sweet guys, all of them. It was the greatest shop ever. Everybody there's a sweetheart. Everybody there was a sweetheart. One of the guys at that table was like, I want to listen to your show. Give me the info. So while I was talking to him, he was pulling all of our
As
stuff
he was
up.
getting ready to kill us.
No.
Yes.
This was long after that.
After that,
Well, he still has dragons. He just didn't drop them.
Well, they
So
did-
my assumption
it
now
was
is he just
debate.
carries dragons around.
We were basically through the dungeon.
You guys were safe.
Yeah, we
By
booked.
the
We were
time
gone.
they had made their decision whether or not they're going to drop it, you guys were already booking it out.
Well, and another thing too is I think we should iterate as DMs at the beginning of the game that these dungeons, like it's easy. You can basically walk through.
Right, and that's how we designed it. We wanted it where.
Well, that's what we did.
Yeah, so like this dungeon was designed where you could get through it in like 20 minutes.
We almost
but like there's more stuff to be gained by exploring,
by hanging out.
Yeah, by interacting with your so there's and this is the design of the dungeon that I was shooting for. We have Adventure League. We have all when you have all these Dungeons and Dragons events where they just hack and slash and kill everything, and your environment doesn't mean anything. All they are is just a grid map on a page. We don't want to be them. No. We want to remedy this crap in the gaming industry where you're just killing shit. We want you to role play. We want you to interact with your environment. That's what role playing is. It's not just throwing dice and killing imaginary numbers and winning. We want you to grow from the experience, and we want you to learn how to become part of a team. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I gamed and when I was young, my mind was blown away by the incredible storytellers, and I want to introduce that to a new generation of players.
I'm a fucking hero, and that's really all I have to say about that. Okay? Okay. I hit things with my big fucking hammer, because that's what Farouk does.
But I'm gonna tell you what, though. I'm gonna be Roger's devil's advocate, and I played underneath of him, and he's a great storyteller.
Right.
Roger's opinion of himself is absolute bullshit.
That's not true. Hold on.
He's a good storyteller.
While he's a character, the character wants to do one thing. This character.
That's good role playing.
It is good role playing, and it's fun.
But what you played was not that character that has one dimension, rolling dice, and has an axe. He's like, I'm gonna go kill shit. Because that's the only thing the player can come up with. It's a different story. But that may be the case. There's a difference between a role player and someone just like not even caring what the story is, not caring what the character is, and not caring what the other players are.
I think the best conversation we had earlier was when you were like, hey, I want to run a session for your group so you can talk about how your group met. And I was like, we already figured that shit out before we sat down. That was done.
No, but that would be fun. That would actually be a lot of fun. Maybe record that as an episode.
That's what I want to do is with you guys, and I want to do this with a bunch of the other games as well. But specifically with the podcast, I want to run a game for your characters, like the couple of nights leading up to before you got into the dungeon, like before that shit happened. Maybe you had a great destiny, but these assholes,
to be fair,
they screwed you over.
Farouk never dies. He just doesn't.
In your heart,
right
next to your clotted artery.
Because he's a hero.
He's a hero. Yeah. All the butter. I eat
butter
so much
is
butter.
Delicious.
Well, you know what though? Maybe you're a hero in death.
No, that's not.
You went out in a blaze of glory.
Look.
Christopher's fucking rolling for you, and he's like, "Come on!" He's jumping on the table and shit. Oh man, he was losing it, and Sean's like, "Get off the table!" it was fucking awesome. Man.
I was swinging like a plus 15 because I got.
You were the only one that could hit these crazy 30 AC characters, though.
Now, did you guys include your you have your zebra band on? Did you guys add that to your AC?
Oh yeah,
okay, just making sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
no,
it's
awesome. That kept me from dying in one round.
Our AC was because I bought Dwarven plate now.
Buy any more of those things from us.
I didn't know we could buy multiple bracelets. I didn't know that was a thing.
So maybe it just wasn't communicated. Next time we had the event, we're gonna make it a lot easier. You could have bought shit from us, and we would have given you bonuses for like your AC and attack stuff. So we're gonna have that better posted next time.
Yeah, and hey, it was fun, and I know Rev, one of the guys in our group today. He's like, "Hey, what's Sean's email?" He's like, "I've got some suggestions for the next one."
That was great.
Complicated.
Yeah.
Your email's pretty complicated.
There's a lot of letters.
I just told him to do support for DCforthecure.com.
That's what it is. Yeah. If you're illiterate, it's really hard to type in.
I've been emailing character sheets back and forth to it for a minute now. So I'm familiar with it.
It's not you can still be illiterate, I guess. You just got to memorize.
I'm still a dumbass, but it's up here, Sean.
I think one of the things that I'm most excited about for the next game that's happening next year in March.
It's going to be March 30th at the Fantasy Shop. It's going to be at noon. It's on a Saturday.
Cool.
It's already set up.
But one of the things I'm really excited about is that instead of pulling monsters from the monster manual, we're going to have monsters that are specific. They're tiered for the event, that are specific for the event. They're going to be based off of monsters that we've found.
Sure. Yeah.
In the manuals, but instead of somebody just being able to pull whatever they want out of a hat, we're going to be able to have that control. And to me, it's going to be a lot more fun. Like if you have a skeleton, it's going to be tiered so that it's not a pain in the ass.
Right. So
no, that's a wise.
We want them to be a pain in the ass.
We've decided after analysis, we're going to get rid of the time wasters. Every monster should be with the intent of killing at least one character. And that is the build.
I am very upset that no one bought Strahd last night.
So we tried that.
Yeah, we tried to kill more than one character.
Yeah,
we tried to kill a
here's the
whole
thing,
party.
it's like, we're not saying total party kill monsters. They're designed to kill focused one character. So that may mean that the DM is programmed to go after one dude.
Well, now
And
we
it's
just
like, goes in, focus kill, so your teams has to be tactical about what's going on, figure out maybe that might be an element. Figure out
That'd be
who he's
fun.
trying to kill.
No, I think that'd be fun.
And protect them. Because then those monsters, if you have a big monster you drop on the table, the DM's going to have the proclivity to apply a good DM. Okay,
Let's say
good
one.
DM is going to spread the damage out. All right? Because otherwise, what happens, what's what we're trained to do, because we don't want to ruin the fun.
No.
But if we say to, because otherwise, and we're going to say that to everyone, otherwise, because this is what happens when you're in a game. If you're playing a character and the DM just targets you and you alone, it feels like a vendetta, and the game
Unless you
enjoyment
deserve
stops. And the game enjoyment stops. But if we go into in the beginning and we say, look, this NPC is going after one character and one character alone, it is not it's like it's nothing personal. It's just to make sure that the value of that monster is executed for that team who bought it.
Makes sense, though.
I disagree with everything you just said.
You don't like it?
Which one are you disagreeing with?
No, hear me out. Because you, Mr. White.
I'm Mr. Disagreeable here.
Right. No, fuck Chris for a second.
Well, we love the input.
No. So your argument about
maybe.
targeting players and killing players running the fun, bullshit. The best thing you can hope for your character as a player is to have a good death story.
I would agree with that.
And it doesn't matter if it's a random encounter with a monster or fulfilling your destiny. As long as your death story is good, you're going to have a good story.
I agree with that.
The reason the entire Entertainment Geeky group would get up and move to a table if Strahd had shown up
So we could all die.
is that motherfucker did a TPK on me and my group 10 years ago, and I still need revenge. Okay? A TPK. The entire session...
What about this? How about this? I'm going to throw this at them. Why don't you and I, we get together, we create a special Strahd and a special Demogorgon character we put as an option in the future, as a list that someone can get, and we can plan around it.
I'm just saying, if Strahd I'm going to get my revenge on Strahd. It could
Here's the thing, though.
It could have happened Saturday if someone ponied up the money and put Strahd at the random table.
We were going to kill him.
You should have made an announcement. If you would have told us, reminded us, or something, they would have been dropped.
Like
One of the things that
There's so many moving parts.
Dude, you had a bunch of shit going on. But, one of the things that I told you, I think it was the day before, because we were helping you put a couple of things together, and I was like, hey, man, if Strahd shows up, we're leaving our table. And you're like, you can't leave your table. I'm like, we'll pay you.
No,
I got that.
And my response
we would
was-
allowed it. We
Yeah.
would allowed that.
Yeah, I
Because
figured.
remember what we talked about in the beginning? It's all about charity. And it would have been cool. It would have been a great camaraderie.
Exactly, because you're team
But
and team.
like I said, if you would just come up to me like again during the event and be like, we want to drop Strahd, all I needed was that reminder, and we would have just done something like, hey, does anyone want to buy the Vampire Lord Strahd? There was a player who wanted to drop a vampire, they just didn't know how to do it.
Oh, man.
So and think about it like this. Just imagine like this. If you would have went to the greatest shop ever and said, hey, look at this, drop this monster. Wherever you put him, we don't fucking care.
not on our table, though, because it's not as fun.
Yeah, drop him on your table, and we'll come help you guys.
And that would have been legendary.
Drop him
I'm
a
sure that
fantasy
they
shop
would have
table.
dropped it somewhere, and it would have been like, oh my god. If you would have, I have to not just like, hey, drop this character, that character, this character, because it ends up becoming a bit of a conflict of interest. Because my knowledge base is going to be greater and not necessarily fair. So, but if maybe next time, or before the event, or we focus on a little bit more, be like, hey, let's get these characters on that list, and maybe some special items, or they only can pop once.
Yeah.
And they know they exist. Everyone knows they're there. They can save up for it, and we can make it happen.
I'm just saying. We would have got up and walked. I'd have been like, Tony, see you in a minute. We have something to do.
Tony, shut the fuck
Tony,
up.
shut up. Shut up, Tony. We have to go. Farouk has to get his axe back.
Tony,
and that's all there is to
bring your
it.
screen over here, Tony. You can still stand behind
would
it.
have just thrown up his hands and
He'd be
his
like,
shoulders.
fuck.
I'm like, whatever.
No,
I guess
'cause
you're
you-
done.
So one of the things that was really, really unique about this, and this is one of the things that I have to tip my hat to you guys on, was going into the Coliseum. The DM was the representative of each team. The DMs were getting pissed about things that were happening. It's just because it was a clusterfuck. You've got 50 different people moving 50 different characters, so it was getting crazy a couple of times. The DMs are like, hey, no, no, he can't do that to my people.
I think I got.
That's great.
Oh, it was awesome.
There was only one time where I was where I spoke up about something that was happening. It was towards the end, and it was something that I just couldn't let pass. I mean, and on my team, the people who were on my table, they weren't really picked on or anything like that. But
I mean, you say that, but
I didn't feel like they were picked on. But I didn't have to really stick up for anyone because to me there was a lot of fair stuff going on, and I wasn't sitting there nitpicking at every little thing. And I think there's some DMs and some people who are like that. And I think my table and myself weren't really. We weren't.
All in all, I think there wasn't very many conflicts.
No, not at all.
Minimal. I mean, there's two things I would say. For it being competitive and it being a bunch of gamers, it was like no friction for that.
No.
And I would easily say, even though it took a while to do that combat, that was the fastest big group player combat I've ever seen.
The combat was fun. It was genius. And I would
Think about
actually
it. Look how many people were there. That was 6 tables of like 6 people, right? At least there's like 36 people at that final table, or close to it.
Yeah.
And it was done, I guess, probably within 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And we went in. It was probably, I'd say, almost 10 rounds of combat.
I would like to see more people killed before
We
that.
want
Yes.
that. That
Yeah.
happened.
So that's something that Tony said. Is he's like, we wanted more people dead going into the Coliseum.
Yeah, we did.
I agree with that. I mean, I think
we
that's
tried.
That's wise. Yeah, we
we're
did
working
try.
on a way in order to do that to make it fun for the. And I think.
can I recommend pit traps? They do a very
Well,
good job killing people left and right.
It's funny you say that.
It's not even been like 24 hours since the completion of the last event. And Ashley and I have sat down and we have solved probably close to 75% of the problems that we've encountered.
Till like 3 in the morning.
Oh, they went to bed early.
Right?
And
What time
we
did you
got
go to
up
bed
early.
for? Yeah.
And then we woke up and we just hammered out, analyzing and figuring out how to make it better. And I think that by the time it comes around to the next event, it's going to be phenomenal. And we're going to have everything ready to go because everything that needs to be done is going to be done by December 31st on my part.
I mean, the first event was phenomenal. Still, like, you had 2 months to plan for it, and this is one of the things that I've said a couple of times. 2 months to plan for that. There's a shit ton of moving parts. All things considered, fucking fantastic.
And more
was
importantly, most important, you raised a shit ton of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gamers came together. We dropped some monsters, ate some food, bitched and moaned, and had a good time.
Did you guys like the food?
It was good.
Who made the cupcakes?
Oh, that was my father and my stepmother.
Well, you tell them those cupcakes
2
were
gold
delicious.
stars.
All right, they were asking about it, so I'll tell them.
You tell them they were moist and delicious.
You can tell them to listen to this. Good job.
Good job.
We commend you.
Good job. Where's the kids to say good job on the cupcakes?
Hooray!
Yay! Fucking cupcakes.
No, it was a good time. It was a good time. I was
Yeah,
glad
they were
the boys
fun.
got to come too.
I mean, yeah, they had to hit
You got to
people
play a
with
little
foam
bit.
swords.
They did get to play a little bit. They got to fight with some foam
I'd
swords.
like to point out, having Christopher run for Rue, Christopher's still a little too smart to play for Rue.
Oh, absolutely.
Rue was,
No, he figured that out at the end. He was like, I just want to kill something.
yes!
He was.
What do you guys think about the bags?
The bags were cool. So I was spoiled. Okay, I got to see him. I didn't say a word to Roger about him.
He didn't.
Um,
It's hard to when he's,
well, he asked me not to. Sean was like, "Hey," he's like, keep that on the DL." So I was like, "All right, done." But the bags were cool. They were fun. I liked that the items were all in them.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting, and
It's where items are supposed to go in bags.
it made sense for the bag of holding too.
Yeah, that was the idea. Is that like all your stuff, you open up the bag holdings, and there it is.
Yeah, that was awesome. What do you think, Buttercup?
What? Sorry, I was.
What do you think of the bag of holding?
I thought the bag of holding was awesome.
Good.
I enjoyed every part of the event except leaving early.
What about the item cards?
The item cards were cool, and I liked that we did not have to worry about bringing our own cards, and it made it
Yeah.
much easier to keep track of shit, and I think that helped the DMs as well.
It's nice to have them on the table. It's nice to have the 5 out, and then you have your burn tokens to be able to burn them.
Yeah.
Though we didn't buy anything from the deck, the purple deck.
We did later
Sometimes
on.
you don't need to.
We did
Yeah,
later
that's
on.
true.
Oh, you did later on?
Yeah.
Because we burnt, we burned, and then when we saved Wallace, he went through, and Tony was like, crap, there's no armor in this deck. We're like, we don't need armor. We're good.
No, we got the boots of the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah. And that went right on Farouk.
And they were fucking. Well, we got 2 sets of those.
We got 2 sets?
And then we got a. This is what kept Lemur alive for so long. We got this helmet that gave him an extra 40 hit points.
God.
It was
awesome.
it was righteous.
Did you guys
and
get any
badass.
skateboard shields?
No, I did not.
Oh, I think I don't know if Damien got those or not. They came up whenever we were going through the item cards, and it came up, and I think Damien was away from the table, and either Yura or Chris said, "Oh, like Damien would love these. Like his character would love these." There was some character on there, and I just thought it was great because it's shields for your feet.
Yeah, it was. So it was a shield with a foot slot,
I'm in.
Nice.
and there was also a flying skateboard, I believe.
So did you watch fucking Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers before that, and you watched Legolas slide down some stairs on a shield, and you were like, inspired! Done, motherfucker. We'll take it.
So some of the items, so the items were themed. So it was like I took the sponsors, and then seeing that all the crap was like the sponsors had a story in my head about like who they were in relation to the event.
Yeah.
And then I like combined that with gnomes, and basically I was like the greatest shop because that's who had that one, I believe. And so they had like this skateboard shield thing because I could see they do a lot of promotions, and one of the promotions recently was if you brought like your old skateboard up to their party, they would give you like a new skateboard if your skateboard was broken.
Oh, that's cool.
I got a plastic one at home.
Got
Is it
a
broken?
couple.
I mean, it can be.
Roger's like, I have an axe.
I mean-
a great
I
axe.
think the
Great
biggest
axe.
drawback to the whole event was that there wasn't enough gnome voices or like gnome interactions
Yeah,
because
I guess
the
I wasn't
gnomes
around.
are the best thing ever.
I wanted to kill him.
Roger wanted to kill him.
I did. I didn't trust that little bastard with his little high pitched offering us goodie.
Oh, that wasn't a gnome. That was
That was Greenie.
no. Was it? Oh, tell me about Greenie. Tell me about your.
I wasn't there for Greenie.
He was sweet. He gave us tattoos, like a nice guy would.
I heard they were really comfortable tattoos.
They were like prison tattoos. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, I wasn't.
No, so we get these tattoos, and basically he's like, "Hey," I'm talking to somebody.
So describe to them what you saw. Like when you walked up and you first saw Greenie. Well, tell us that
So
story.
he's a couple inches tall.
Was it a Greenie? Are you sure we're talking about?
That's how he was described.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't think you're talking about Greenie.
Was it purple?
No.
Okay. Maybe you didn't meet.
No. His name was Greenie. That's all I remember.
Maybe
he gave us
hold
the
on.
tattoo,
Maybe Tony messed up.
and it was tattoo of Greenie.
Okay. So where was this at?
Dude, I couldn't even tell
Okay.
you.
Okay. Just tell me the story, and we'll see what
So basically,
I got this, Chris.
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't there, but I'm going to tell you the story. So we walked into a room. It was descriptive, but we wanted to know where the exit was.
this
And,
is true.
and there was a thing. We interacted with that thing, and out popped this little guy. His name was Greenie. He gave us tattoos, and they were awesome. And then we left the room.
Gave us some HP bonuses.
Oh, and HP bonuses. And then we left
that
the
was
room.
part
I
of
think
tattoo.
you're mixing two stories together.
And maybe I am.
Yeah. So you got one. Okay. So
See, I wasn't there.
I
But I accurately told the story.
I had somebody that was wowed by the fact that we were recording there come up, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And so I'm talking to him, and all this shit's happening behind me, and I'm like trying to do one of these while engaged in this
Our poor
conversation.
group, like, it's Rev, Jason, and Lemur, and they're, like, role-playing, and here I am flipping through the Monster Man and going, what am I going to drop next? And Chris is like, hey, I'm on a show. My name's Chris. And I'm like, hey, right here. Drop that. Drop that. Hey, how much money does that take? And so let me tell you about Chris and his wonderful love of money. The beginning of the session, I'm like, fuck it, let's spend money. And he's like, no, save it. And I was like, no, we need to spend this money on everything.
All the things.
All the things.
All of them.
Okay, first of all, before we even started role playing,
I was wanting to drop monsters.
Roger's throwing money at. He literally threw a gold coin at Tony, hit
did.
Tony in the face with
did.
it, and said,
take my money.
"He
I
said,
did.
give us advantage." I'm like, "What the fuck are you? We have advantage tokens right here."
No, give the monster disadvantage. Because Tony said I
The
would.
advantage tokens did that too.
Tony
bro.
said I would not throw gold at him. I had to prove him wrong.
So, also about this gold, okay, because that was a thing in and of itself. So we had $160. We wanted to get 160 gold coins to come to the event
Oh, the
with.
Susan B. Anthony.
Yes.
Was it the
Sacagawea.
Susan-
Okay.
Yeah, the dollar pieces. You're the You're not the jackasses with the quarters, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we were the jackasses
Oh
with
my
quarters.
god,
yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
That sucked, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Let's continue.
It was $60 in
Well,
quarters.
It was $60
Don't
in
hurt
They
quarters.
yourself.
didn't have the dollar coins.
So
No.
I go to the bank, and I'm like, hey, I need 160 gold coins.
What are you, a pirate?
So they're looking at me weird anyway, and they're like, what if we don't have that many? I was like, then give me all of them. I don't fucking care. Give me all those gold coins. I was like, and then give me some silver pieces. We'll go with quarters. And they're like, we have 29 gold coins. And I was like, give me 29 gold coins, give me $60 in quarters, and then the rest of this money give me in ones. And
Oh my god.
and so the bankers are all like bullshitting with me at this point, and I was like, I'm going to the strip club.
I still want to know how a bank only has 29 gold dollars on them.
Nobody buys those. Like, nobody's exchanging that currency.
I know.
Lies. So
Lies. All
the
lies.
bank told me while I was there, they've got a regular that comes in, and he will get $2,000 and fucking half dollars.
What is he, freaking like 80
That's
years old?
4,000 half dollars. Probably. And that's what I said. I was like, I know I should be 90 asking for
That's the
this.
same asshole who pays you in $2 bills.
That's not an asshole. That guy's my hero.
No, those are
He's not-
cool.
no.
Yeah, you
He's not
keep
your hero.
you keep paying me in $2
You try to
bills.
pay with a $2 bill, people look at you like you're a fucking nut job.
Well,
And as a
it's that
server,
expression-
I receive a lot of $2 bills.
Here's a $2 bill. You're like, what the hell is
You
this?
just
What
you
do I
just,
do with
you
it?
just
So
take that
that's what it is,
$2,
you know?
you reach into your wallet, put 2 singles down, put that $2 in your wallet, and you move on with your life. And now you have your lucky $2 bill.
Put that $2 in your Monopoly set.
No, it's good. It's good legal tender.
Real money.
It's not
You don't
fake
say
money.
that.
You know what? She did not appreciate our quarters or our gold dollars. We were trying to make it festive
We made a
and
fun of
role
it.
play,
You're
and
welcome.
we had sacks of coinage that we were throwing down. It was a thing.
Roger did walk up at the end of the event, and you had basically decided nobody else was throwing monsters at this point. So
Yeah.
he's leaving. He throws a bunch of gold coins on his table, and he's like, "There's the monster. Bye."
That's how I left.
And guess what happened? They didn't get dropped.
Oh, damn it!
It was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, we were the
It was
bugbears.
It was 3
It wasn't
bugbears.
communicated to me, so that's the only.
Well, I
It
dropped
didn't make it to me.
I dropped the money on the table with the paper. It was 3 bugbears for each table, except for the greatest shot because we fucked them with the T-Rex, and the fantasy shop
I wish
got
I would have saw it because I didn't see it.
the fantasy shop got like 12 bugbears.
No, they hit 5.
No,
It was
no, it was a stack.
Was it 12?
It was like 12.
All right. Well,
Wow, that
That would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
would have been good. We would
Yeah,
appreciate it.
because I just
My
threw
fucking
it and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
we
I liked
yeah.
it. I think they would have fun with it.
So,
It was all about slowing the fantasy shop down.
oh no, that was a good event.
No, it was fun.
Sean, you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Don't let you will keep going, and this event will keep getting bigger and better. That's all I have to say on that. Chris?
Yeah. Sure.
Ditto.
No, it was a lot of fun. Good job. Good job. And a special shout out to this guy I met last night who I don't know your name. I was really hammered at the El Monstero show. I just want you to know I remember our conversation. I just don't remember if you ever gave me your name or not. But
Sounds like missed connections from Craigslist.
a little bit.
That guy's probably on Craigslist right now. Bearded man with glasses.
So no, I'm at the El Monstero show and I'm drunk. I go to get more beer and I hear this guy from behind go, "Hey, that shirt." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I like that show." And I'm like, "Yeah, me too." And
I am that shit.
I'm like, "I'm on that show." He's like, "You're not Chris." And I'm like, "No, I'm the fat guy."
You're not Chris.
And there was no, like, I don't remember if he gave me his name or not. There wasn't much conversation after just the acknowledgement that I had a shirt for the show he listens to. So just a special, there you go.
That happens to you more than it happens to me.
I know. You don't go out very much, though.
No, I go out, and if I go out, people are like, "Man,
His
fuck that hippie."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Also, real quickly, Ronnie Cobb.
Yeah, Ronnie Cobb.
You got to say it right.
Ronnie Cobb.
Your baby's home, doing well.
Yeah, that's
Pictures
awesome.
are up. Good job for you. He wanted to come to the event, but premature baby and all.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it.
What are some of the takeaways? Because we started to get into highlights, and we've been all over the place. Everybody's excited. What are some of the big things for you, like moving forward with doing this event? What is it that you want to see in the future? What is it that you have planned in the future that you're willing to spoil, and all that fun stuff?
Well, Ashley, start. There we go.
For me, I'm a big paperwork person, and for me, I want to see the beginning of the event run as smoothly as possible. Because if you get through the through the administrative part of it, through getting people their stuff, getting people their paperwork, everything else is just so easy because DMing is easy. I mean, I don't want to say it's easy. It's a lot of fun for people who like to do it. It's easy because we are able to channel our creativity. If we can get all the paperwork and everything like that done beforehand, have all of that really cool shit that we did have go real smooth, that to me would be the most impressive thing. That to me is will happen next time that we run this game, that we run this event. It's going to be smooth as shit. People were impressed with the stuff we have before. They're going to be even more impressed with what we have next time.
Yeah, in terms of this event, my big takeaway was I've never done an event like this before. I've never ran something of such magnitude. And for me, it was great to create something from nothing and to see it be successful. And to watch people just thrive and laugh and play.
Because nobody does this type of event. It's so unique.
So what we're basically saying, nerds, is you've got 6 months to get your pocketbooks filled because we'll be doing this again.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You have something to say here.
Which one? Which something? You want me to tell them about all the stuff?
All the stuff.
All the stuff.
All the stuff.
So, guys, go to entertainthegeeky.com. It is there that you can follow all of our social media. And, Sean, your website is dungeoncrawlforthecure.com. What's NCAN's website and all that stuff?
It should be netcancerawareness.com.
Netcancerawareness.com. So that is the organization on the behalf of which this event was organized.
Right. Now, I mean, do you mind if we talk just a little bit more?
No, please, yeah.
So, I did my best during the event to educate everyone about what this event was. I went to the specific tables and spoke to people as we were beginning the event. Something a little bit more personal. This event here was to help NCAN, which is the Neuroendocrine Cancer Awareness Network, fund their projects, which includes cancer research, personal advocacy, educating doctors, and educating patients. This disease, whenever you enter it, it's really hard to walk. One of the reasons is because no one knows anything around you. Like, I was told I had pneumonia, and that coughing up blood was normal for a long time. And during that time, I got a giant tumor in my lung that's growing and growing. I was lucky. I probably had this for, I was sick for about 2.5 years. It wasn't until, like, that January that I started coughing up blood, and it started getting really, really bad. But there's other people who go 10 years without knowing that they have this disease, and their doctors don't see the signs. And they don't see the signs because they're not trained. NCAN is about teaching doctors to look for a zebra when they're hearing the sound of a horse. It's not always these common diseases. Oftentimes, our diseases will sound like you have irritable bowel syndrome or something wrong with your stomach or something wrong with your lungs. And we have a really fascinating disease in that it's not just lung cancer and it's in your lung, and it's not in your gut and it's just in your gut. It can be everywhere, and it can become everywhere really quickly. And the staging is not as important as the grading. So you could have stage 4 grade 1 cancer and live a decent life as long as you don't have symptoms. And the symptoms is whenever your tumors are activating and they're releasing hormones in your body, and it begins to systemically destroy you over time. The grading determines the aggressiveness. So, like mine, I have a higher grade 2, stage 3 cancer. So mine is pretty aggressive. It has a lower lifespan than what someone with a grade 1 would be, but it's not as bad as someone who would have like a grade 3. So, whereas other cancers are talking about the staging being really big, for us, it's about knowing more about the disease, how to walk the disease, how to communicate correctly, get with the right doctor, and receive the correct treatment. And I put emphasis on that correct treatment, because if you have a low-grade neuroendocrine tumor, you should not be getting chemotherapy. Okay, chemotherapy is not for you. It is for the higher grades, like myself. You have other options, and you must have a NET specialist. One of the big things that I run across with other people with this disease is whenever I talk to them and I say, do you have a NET specialist? And they'll say, well, I bet you I have one on my tumor board. Then I say to them, then no. If you have not met someone who calls themselves a neuroendocrine specialist, you don't have one. you must have a NET specialist, neuroendocrine tumor specialist. If they haven't told you that is what they are, you don't have one, and you're fucked. So if you need help, what I would suggest you do, go to the NET Cancer Awareness website, or contact, you could get a hold of me. You can go to the Dungeon Crawl for the Cure website and you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. If you know someone who knows me and you want to get a hold of me, we can go through that as well. But I will get you a hold of people who can help you. So the Neuroendocrine Cancer Awareness Network, you could call them. They're going to help you out. They're going to guide you through this process. And all this money that we generated right here helps them to help you. An example of where this money is being spent, we have a national conference that's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be in September. We have like the world's best experts coming together to teach people with this kind of cancer what to do, how to survive, and what their options are. It is helping people survive through education, because if you're not educated and you have this disease, you're doomed.
Way to bring us down, Sean. Just way to bring us down with your anger.
Well, it's
your anger.
I'm just passionate.
Passion, yeah.
Sean White has 100%.
It's panger.
He's
panger?
Only goes 100% all the time. No matter what it is, I give 100% to everything I do.
I have received a blowjob from this man. I will say that is true.
You are an ugly female.
Why are you always asking for blowjobs from men?
I ask blowjobs for everybody.
I think it's because
Your
he
wife is
assumes
pissed.
since I have a dingle dangle, that I would know how to, make the dingle dangle work.
That was a high five. Did you hear that high five, everybody? Because Sean gets me.
That was balls slapping a chin.
It was. That was. And
He's really good at talking with a dick in his mouth.
I am.
Well, it's a little dick. I don't know.
100. What don't you get about 100%? That's fucking professionalism. I will have a conversation with you while I blow you. Thank you.
We gotta go.
All right, guys, entertainthegeeky.com. You can follow us on all of our social media there. Also, check out dungeoncrawlforthecure.com. You can go to NCAN's website and all kinds of good stuff from that. And you can donate and sign up for upcoming events in the future. They're going to make that available.
we're going to have registration up for the next event pretty soon.
Beautiful. So, guys, as always, stay geeky.
Bye-bye.